Hey gang, it's me, it's Blue, we're here. We back with Cinderella Phenomena. Oh my god, it is blasting in my ears. Hold on. It don't need to be that loud in my ears. Oh my god. Anyway, hi. We're doing the stream, we're doing the thing. You know, for funsies. I don't remember where we were. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm gonna have to. I have the walkthrough up because I know that we're trying to get the good end because I messed up and got the bad end last time, but I don't remember what chapter we were on or what we were doing or anything. So, chapter 6. Okay. So we're somewhere in chapter 6. Don't know exactly where, but we'll figure it out. Alright, I think we're on the second option. Varg. I told you I'd come back for you, didn't I? Varg taps his cane on the floor, creating a shockwave of powerful energy that blasts all across the room. I didn't realize I left off right when we were getting into it. I thought I left off in a normal spot. Oh no. I'm not ready for this. Oh. The impact of the magic forces me against the wall. I clasp my knees, pain thrumming in my head. The king collapses somewhere nearby. I hear the crack of the box as it lands on the ground a few feet away from us. Waltz holds out his hand. I take it and he helps me back to my feet. Blue, are you alright? Yes. Blue. The king looks at me quizzically, but his gaze does not linger. He looks towards Varg, his eyes narrowed. Did the king remember who I was? Your Majesty, are you hurt? The king shakes his head at Waltz before turning his attention to Varg, his eyebrows furrowed. Who is this man? Your Majesty, this person's working for the Wicked Witches. What? Wait, what happened to Durin and Garland? They were just outside the door. What did you do to them? Varg cocks his head to the side. Ooh. A guard's just outside this door. I'm sure that they must have hid themselves when they saw the king coming to this room, but they still should have been able to see Varg coming. Guards? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, Princess. Varg seems like he's telling the truth, but I cannot trust him. Please, let them be safe. We see Neverland a few feet from us. I can try to grab it, but Varg will probably thwart my attempt with magic. I have to wait for an opening. I'll distract him. While I do that, both of you need to run. What? I eye Varg. He looks at the three of us with his lips slightly quirked, as if he is amused. This isn't the time to argue with me, Blue. Okay, we gotta stay with him. No. Blue. You must prioritize the king's safety. I will help you. I do not know how, but I must do something. But we are in this together, Waltz. I'm not going to run away while you sacrifice yourself for us. Waltz's disapproval was clearly written on his face, but he eventually sighs out, seeming to let it go. You're too stubborn for your own good. So I've been told. I turn to the king and place a hand on his shoulder. Your Majesty, leave this to us. You have to escape somewhere safe. This does not involve the king. It is me that Varg wants, after all. The king shakes his head as he removes my hand from his shoulder. He stands up and moves in front of us before pulling the sword from his sheath. Your Majesty! What kind of king would I be if I stood back and allowed 2 children to protect me? Varg looks amused by our conversation. You know that I'm not letting you get away this time, Princess. It doesn't matter who stands in my way. Father, his cane is enchanted. You cannot hold him with just a blade. Father? I am at a loss for words. It's been a long time since I called him that. Much to my surprise, the king's lips pulled into a soft smile. You said that at the gates that one day. You were seeking an audience with me. I've not been able to forget that day. Before I could say anything, returned a familiar smooth voice breaks the ensuing silence. Oh, I wonder where all these voices are coming from. A familiar man steps in the doorway. He inspects everyone in the room quietly. Mithros. Your Majesty. Quickly, summon the knights. We have an intruder in the palace. He gestures at Varg, who looks unperturbed. An intruder, you say? Sir Mithros turns to Varg. First expression is impassive, but slowly his lips begin to edge into a sly smile. He's such a ruffian, Varg. Look at all this property destruction. I look and gape at Sir Mithros and shut. If he knows Varg, then he's most certainly affiliated with witches. You know this man. Explain yourself, Mithros. We're all thrown off guard by Sir Mithros laughing. Soon his laugh becomes a mad cackle. There's a strange brightness in his eyes that sends shivers down my spine. My apologies, Your Majesty. I am just amused at my servant's atrocious behavior. At ease, Varg. Sir Mithros gestures at Varg, a silent command to lower his cane. Varg obeys him before moving to the corner of the room and leaning against the wall with disinterest. Don't worry, Your Majesty. You're not the one we're after. What? Sir Mithros turns a sly smile on my face, and I instinctively take a step back. The princess is the lady we need to escort. Escort? Princess? This girl's a princess. That is correct. It's a shame you can't remember your own daughter, even though she stands right in front of you.
Welcome to my channel.
Hi! Welcome. It's Cinderella Phenomena. We're doing Waltz's good route this time around. So, yeah. Let's just get into it, I guess. Enough of your vagueness. Explain yourself. The king's grip on the hilt of his sword tightens. I'm not obliged to explain everything to you. Try thinking on your own for a change, Your Majesty. Mithros? Sir Mithros ignores the king's outburst and turns his attention to Waltz. He visibly stiffens and the smile contorts into a grimace. And look who we have here. I see that the traitor has returned to the palace. Waltz stares at him, looking puzzled. Sir Mithros tilts his head to the side and offers Waltz a lopsided smile. You still look the same as you did back then. I did not think it was possible for you to grow any weaker, Waltz Cresswell. Mithros. I see. Waltz suddenly looks melancholy as he stares at Sir Mithros. Waltz, what is going on? This man's real name is Myth, and he is a witch, same as me. Appears that he's been using a powerful glamour to conceal his real identity. If I hadn't been cursed, I would have been able to tell right away. You would not give yourself so much credit, Cresswell. Waltz narrows his eyes but says nothing. I glance between the two of them, confused. How do you know him? He secretly worked for your mother, practically worshipped her. I was the only other person who knew of his existence as a witch outside of the Terror Bear. A witch. I trusted you, Mithros. The king says the words through gritted teeth, his face contorted in anger. Sir Mithros flicks a wrist, his dismissive gesture, and he still looks amused. What a hypocrite you are, Your Majesty. He eyes Waltz. You're willing to play nice with some witches, but not others. This vice is what drove us witches to madness in the first place. Sir Mithros faces the king with a grin. You human hypocrites are so easy to manipulate. It is pathetic. Mithros. The king charges towards Sir Mithros with the sword held high. I'm not... Reading's not my strong suit right now, I guess. I am slurring all over the place. My brain is not... Oh, I think all that work might be getting to me. This is the actual first full off day I've had, and I started off by waking up at 10:30 in the morning. I'm just like, I'm going to clean the entire house because it really needs to be clean. And then I deep cleaned the entire house, and then I sat there around finished around 2, and then realized I needed to take out stuff for dinner, and then let that thaw, and then cooked around 5. Ugh. It's already been a full day for me, and I'm already so tired. The king charges towards Sir Mithras' sword held high. Your Majesty, don't. The king's sword never touches Sir Mithras. Sir Mithras only has to hold out his hand, suddenly an invisible force pushes the king back. He crashes into one of my shelves, knocking down my dolls. Your Majesty! I quickly run to his side to help him up. Thankfully, he does not seem to have any major wounds. To think there was a witch working the palace the whole time. I think I need a nap. I think I'm gonna need a nap after this. Oh my god. I thought I got enough sleep, but I guess I didn't, because my brain is just like, oh, ooh, Anyway. And not the good kind of witch either. I was too careless. Rejoice, Your Majesty. I still have more surprises for you. I would never forgive this betrayal, Mithras. Betrayal? I'm afraid you've been played for a fool this entire time, Your Majesty. My loyalty has always been reserved for Lady Hidlier and no one else. Myth, I can't imagine what you would hope to gain from all this. Hidlier is long gone. Sir Mithras' eyes flash, he turns his sphere glare on Waltz. His voice is seething with venom when he speaks. Had it not been for you, traitor, she would still be here. King mentioned Waltz's betrayal. Sir Mithras calls him a traitor. What exactly did Waltz do? Sir Mithras beckons me forward with a gesture of his hand. Have you please, princess? Come with us, we don't want them to get her. Waltz immediately stands in front of me. I won't let you take her. In your current form, you don't stand a chance. I'll make certain that you never break your curse, Waltz. This whole thing was a trap. Sorry, Waltz. This is my fault. No, it was mine. The reason we came back was to break my curse. My eyes once again flipped to the box on the floor. Neverland's just a few steps away from me. Neverland. Waltz's eyes follow mine to the box. He leans back and whispers to me. You have to get the box and break my curse. I feel for the key inside my pocket. If Waltz's true magic is indeed sealed in that box, then releasing it might give us a chance of victory. And Mithras and Varg do not seem to have caught on to the fact that the object will break Waltz's curse right at their feet. Okay. The king moves his hand beside Waltz and draws the sword again, his body a shield. Your Majesty, I'm gonna let you take this girl. You have to go through me first. You can't do this. Blue. I've always loved that name. I thought if I ever had a daughter, I would give her that name. Magic makes even the impossible possible. It must truly be my daughter, yes? Tears start to blur my vision. Oh, how disgustingly touching. It seems as if I will just have to deal with you first. No. I rush towards the box at the same moment Mithras casts a spell. Varg lunges towards me, his hand reaching for me. But he's too late. By the time he grasps me, I've already inserted the key into Neverland. Give it one definite twist and hear the click of a box as it pops open. Light flashes through the room, blinding me. Suddenly feels strong arm around me, holding me tightly, protectively. Open my eyes, it is Waltz I see. Even several years older, I still recognize him. Waltz. Hey there, little star. It seems like the tide has turned, Myth. Waltz grins, and I see a confidence in his expression I have never seen before. Sir Mithras' frown has only become more severe. Fool. I'll show you what I was the favorite apprentice. Be careful not to hurt the princess, Mithras. Varg's voice is almost teasing. Sir Mithras does not seem to care. I didn't plan on it. Sir Mithras gestures his hand in a sweeping gesture. The beginnings of the spell gathered at his fingertips. Waltz looks at me and smiles reassuringly. Now, when I say that I can protect you, Blue, I definitely can. Waltz holds out his hand just before Sir Mithra's magic reaches us. An invisible barrier suddenly appears in front of us, thwarting Sir Mithra's magic. Seems like I'm not as rusty as I thought I would be. Waltz snaps his fingers and effortlessly creates a dark wave that pushes both Sir Mithras and Varg to the wall. Let's go. What do we do now? The Order of Keldria. They're sworn an oath of protection. We can rely on them. Waltz glances down the hallway, his mouth drawn in a tight line. I see clear suspicion in his eyes. I look back at the king. I should have been here by now. Surely a commotion would have brought them running. Now I know why Waltz is staring down the hallway. He's searching for the knights that are meant to pass through here. There's no possibility we do not hear the skirmish in my bedroom. The three of us push onward. I stand between the king and Waltz, waiting. I'm not entirely sure what I'm waiting for, but I can feel the tension in the air. We only stop when a voice cuts through the silence. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Your Majesty. Sir Alcaster stops before us with a group of knights, his face is impassive at best. Waltz takes a step back as Sir Alcaster looks to the king. The king is quiet for a few moments, his eyebrows drawn together in a terse expression. He finally speaks. I'm about to declare a state of emergency. Where have you been? Seize them. My eyes are still on the knights in front of us when I hear footsteps from behind us. I am nonplussed when a dozen knights appear from the shadows and surround us. I look for Fritz and the cluster of knights, but he is not here. The king stares around him, baffled. What is the meaning of this? Could this be the reason why? What is happening? That voice. I'll turn to watch the dining room doors open. Ophelia enters with Evangeline and Rod. Several knights trail behind and flank them on either side, giving them no room for escape. Rod notices me and stares in shock, but says nothing. Gennaro! The minute she sees the king, she calls his name and attempts to run towards him. The knights only need to raise their swords and block her path to stop her. I think that takes care of all the intruders. Though I'm not happy the two managed to escape. Two, Trent and Carlin. If they manage to escape, they might be able to get reinforcements. The king will be judged and convicted. His crown will be given to one more worthy. I see. It was you who sent that letter, Alcaster. That is correct. Now if you want to protect your family, you'll hand over your crown. The king shakes with rage. Was this yours and Mithra's plan all along? Take down this kingdom at its heart? Sir Alcaster snorts and crosses his arms. Do not clump me together with that snake. Both of us have different goals. Just so happens we both need to be rid of you. What? You're a weak king, Gennaro. The kingdom of Angel needs someone who will rule with an iron fist. You're too soft, and so your subjects have become too dependent on the kingdom. And how do you propose I run my kingdom? By instilling fear. There's no place for fear in this kingdom. It's a ruler's obligation to assuage the fears of his people. I can't believe that you would do this, Sir Alcaster. Alcaster looks at me with disinterest. Blue, correct. I have no business with you, but I suppose Mithras does. I've been backed in a corner. What do we do? I feel for my pocket, my hand touching the smooth surface of a vial. I can still remember the potion that Parfait gave me before we left. I've forgotten I had this with me. Parfait told me to use the potion if we found ourselves in a difficult situation. She said it would give us time to escape. She did not even tell me what it does. I glance at Waltz, who's eyeing the knights quietly. It's also possible that Waltz will be able to do something about this situation with his magic. We are gonna... Ooh. We're gonna potion it up. I reach into my pocket and slip the vial out. I open my fingers just long enough for Waltz to see. He gives me a subtle nod before turning his attention to Sir Alcaster, who is still speaking with the king. I'll make you regret your actions, Sir Alcaster. I throw the vial to the floor. The moment it shatters, a blinding white light envelopes the room, forcing my eyes to close. Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me away. Don't let them escape. I Hear a few grunts in the nights as Waltz begins to barrel his way through them. Waltz leads me to the throne room. We all somehow made it out. Brad stands in between Ophelia and Evangeline. I must have pretty good eyes to be able to lead the both of them out there in all that chaos. Good job back there, Blue. Never realized you had a potion. Our Faye gave it to me before she left on our urgent meeting. It's a good thing then. You saved me by using it, you know? Using a more complicated spell would have drained my energy. Why is this happening? Evangeline's eyes are filled with tears. Ophelia takes her into her arms and rubs her back in an effort to calm her. This is my fault. How could I have not foreseen this? Trina was right about him. I should have listened to her. This is not your fault, Your Majesty. We don't have much time. We need to escape and tell Lady Parfait about this. It sounds like Trina and Graham were able to escape. It's possible they'll soon bring reinforcements. What? You know these people? Rod is silent for a few moments before nodding at her. Yes, they're my friends. Friends? Rod just shrugs at me. More than likely, he just wants us to play along. Waltz paces the room, his arms across, he tries to think of something. Waltz? I haven't done this in a long time. We can try and open a portal that leads back to the margin. Witches can do that. We're the most practiced witches. It only works if they have a clear image of where they want to go. So you can do it. I can. I was taught by your mother, after all. Waltz starts waving his hands in front of him as he conjures a spell to open the portal. The portal disappears as soon as it appears and fades again. Damn. They're coming, Waltz. I'm doing my best, Princess. Waltz tries to cast the spell again. This time, the opening appears and stays. I did it. This won't be open for long. Your Majesty, you must go first. No, let Ophelia and the children go first. Waltz nods, he ushers Ophelia and Evangeline into the portal. Though Rada is reluctant to step inside, I force him into the portal before me. I can't keep the portal open much longer, Blue. I can manage one more person before I need to recast it. Your Majesty, you must go. No. What? I do not have any intention of leaving. To leave this place is to abandon my kingdom. I will not flee like a coward. I will protect my throne until my last breath. But that would be suicide. He will not kill me. He may have managed to sway the order, but I have the people on my side. Killing me will cause an uprising, and that is the last thing he will want. If the king escaped, he'd just be able to fight from the outside, cast on his crown or symbols, but he's in danger if he stays here alone. I glance at Waltz and notice him paling. I could tell the magic is sapping his strength, weaker and weaker. I ball my hands into fists. I cannot leave the king here by himself. He's the king, and I am the crown princess. Waltz, you will come back for me, right? What are you? Before I could react, I put my hands on his back and push with all my strength. The strength I can muster. Oh my god, I can't read. I can't read. Waltz stares at me in horror as he falls into his portal. I'm sorry. Waltz disappears and the portal collapses in on itself, leaving me with the king. Both my mind and heart are numbed as the nights approach, ready to surround us. The king and I sit on the floor with our hands tied behind our backs. There are two knights standing by the door to watch over us. Look at it. Because a lot has happened so far. I look at the king, who remains as quiet and solemn as before. He's been so calm. Does he have a plan? Or is it you chose to stay with me? I'm surprised when he finally breaks the silence. Because there are questions I need answers to. Besides, I cannot just leave you here. I have many things I need to ask you. King Gennaro falls silent as he stares at me. The gold of his eyes clearly reflects my own. I never realized how similar our eyes were. Is it true? Are you really my daughter? Yes, I was given the fairy tale curse and turned into a peasant. My title was stolen from me and from the minds of the people. No one remembers who I am anymore. Cinderella. How did you know? I noticed the last slipper necklace on your neck, but the other slipper seems to be missing a piece. A piece? My down and stare at the second slipper. My eyes wetted when I noticed that the piece is bigger. When did this happen? I said I recalled when I broke Waltz's curse. It was when I broke Waltz's curse. It seems I only have one more deed left to complete, but my birthday is tomorrow. Are you alright? Yes, I'm just worried. You've been through much today. Try and get some rest. You must reserve your energy. I'm sure what he means. Either way, there's no way I could possibly sleep now. At least this is what I tell myself. As the minutes pass by, I feel my eyes getting heavier. Eventually I drift off into a dreamless sleep. Blue, you must wake up. I blink a few times. When I come to, I find them leaning on the king's shoulder. I fell asleep. Oh, what is... I don't... What is happening? Stop. All of you, stop it. I don't even know what started happening. I just started having stuff pop up you didn't see because I have game capture on right now, but oh. King closes back to the door, his eyes narrowed slightly as he takes a deep breath. It is time to go. What? Turn towards the front doors and realize that the knights guarding the room are missing. They will be back soon. We must hurry. Surprised when the king pulls out of the ropes that were binding him. He holds a small knife in his hands. How long has he been out of his bindings? When did you free yourself? I think I've been sorely underestimated. I've been trained just as well as the knights. It goes without saying that I could get myself out of bindings. I'm not so weak that I need to depend on others to protect me. Sounds like something I would say. Where'd you get the knife? They made sure to take anything we had that could have been a weapon. Would suffice to say they pulled it from a hidden spot. Not many people think to look in a person's boots. King leans to uncut my bindings and lowers himself to the ground. His fingers brush the floor. What are you doing? Finding the keyhole. Ah, here we are. He pulls a small key from his pocket and fits into a crevice in the floor. The floor gives a gentle, audible rumble. The king pulls the tile from the floor, revealing a hidden staircase. There was a hidden staircase here? In the floor? An escape route, but one wherever needed. Only I know of its existence. And we must go before they return. I nod and follow after him. The king sets a panel in place as we descend down into darkness. The floor rumbles once more as the hidden pathway closes behind us. It was a smart thing to make sure that it closes too, so that, you wouldn't get discovered. All of us walk in silence for some time. The only sound we hear are the echoes of our footsteps. And behind the king, staring at his back, he seems to have already recovered from his earlier injury. Or could he... I can read, I swear! Or he could just be pretending that he's alright. How's your back? It doesn't hurt as much now. Thank you for asking. Says Since once again. It's getting awkward. Maybe we should say something. I believe it said say something. Say something. I can't stand the silence any longer and speak up before I lose my nerve. I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? Because I haven't done nothing but cause you trouble. Rod told me once that when I disappeared, the king was the happiest he'd ever been. Because I was not there. I'm sure if you'd been given a chance to forget me or not, you would have chosen to forget me. No. It feels like I've been the cause of your pain. Not the other way around. I should be the one apologizing. I've been wondering for a while. If you're indeed my daughter, would you address me by title? Do not call me father. Stop in your tracks and turn away. me, so I stopped considering you my father. Deafening silence falls upon us. I'm sorry. Can you tell me why you distance yourself from me? The king looks at me silently, with something like regret in his eyes. I slapped myself for my foolish question. My apologies. I forgot that you do not remember me. You know, I've learned many things since I've been cursed. The things I have learned to not answer my questions. I thought that by staying here I would finally chance upon some answers, some truth. I thought that my mother loved me because you were never there for me. Sorry, I cannot give you the answers you seek. I can understand why you would hate me. I am a witch's daughter after all.
Kofi Streambot said. Visit blue_sears KO5 page ed. https://ko-fi.com/bluezer?ref=Twitch.
Ugh, okay. Oh dear. Do you know what transpired in the past? You mean with Mother? Lydia threatened to kill the person I loved if I did not marry her. She threatened to kill Ophelia. The king looks down, his face contorted with anger. The face of the mother already broke the rules long before she took over the kingdom. Her hands were already stained with blood. I won't let any more of my loved ones die in her hands. The choice back then. I married her because I refused to let her hurt Ophelia. I hated that woman for ruining my life and my kingdom. I know. Recall when you thanked Waltz for saving the kingdom. Can you tell me who Waltz is? Waltz. Who was Hildegar's apprentice? He's powerful, considered the second strongest among the witches. Really? He was a child prodigy. That's why Hildegar ordered his family killed when they refused to give them. When they refused to give him to her. Waltz didn't find out about that until much later. Mother killed Waltz's family. Cannot believe this. Just how many lives did she take? When he did find out, he returned to Hildegar. He divulged her plans to the fairies and helped them defeat her. They gave him a copy of the key to the secret tunnel so that he could deliver it to Lucius better. So that's how Perfect got the copy of the key. And Hildegar cursed him for betraying her. I do not know how you two know each other. It's really obvious to me that he's loyal to you and cares about you. He's the type of person who expresses that loyalty plainly, so I can tell. To know why the king decided to comment on such a thing when my cheeks are suddenly warm. You care for him. Do I? He is a good man. How do we even get to this conversation? The two of us are still walking and the king suddenly stops and I nearly bump into him. Ah, here we are. This should bring us into a passage that leads into the gardens. Follow his gaze to a rusty door. He slowly approaches the door. Stay close to me. I nod at him. He turns the knob and pulls open the door. That's... The king and I can only gape at the sight in front of us. It's the last thing we expect to see behind the door. Mother. Chapter 7. I feel like I cannot trust my eyes because it is indeed Mother standing before us. She looks the same as when I last saw her. Like she had just been sleeping all this time. What is Hildegar doing here? Is that the crystal in Terrabarum? She looks like she's been trapped inside the crystal, but how? Oh, she passed on 4 years ago. This is impossible. A lovely surprise, isn't it? The king immediately moves to stand in front of me. Sir Mithras saunters towards us with a wide smile on his face, looking unperturbed. Isn't she exquisite? Even in slumber, she is still so beautiful. What's the meaning of this, Mithras? Mithras does not answer. The king reaches for his knife and frowns. What exactly are you and Alcaster planning? I'm offended that you are associating the two of us. My goals are different from Alcaster's. I only wish to see my queen again. Alcaster is the one who is after your throne. What are you doing? What are you going to do with Mother? Plan to revive her. What? I stare at Sir Mithras, shocked. Revive Mother? Is it even possible to bring back the dead? She's still alive, dear princess. My queen is only sleeping. A link to Terrabarum has allowed her to survive all these years. She infused the last of her power with the crystal and merged with it. She was wise, yet even as light grows dimmer, so too does the light of her life come to a close. to being extinguished. Once you fully accept your role as the new bearer of the crystal of Terror, like will it be severed and she will die? This is why I need you, Princess. I need your powers to bring her back to life. What? On your 18th birthday, you inherit the crystal's powers, and with that power, you will revive my queen. Isn't that what you've always wanted? To have your beloved mother back. You've always wished for Mother to come back. Just when Parfait told me the truth. Now, that's the last thing that I want. But if Mother ruins the kingdom once again, I will not let that happen. I'll not let my kingdom fall into darkness again. The king charged towards Sir Mithras with a knife in his hand. But Sir Mithras easily sends flying back with the flick of his wrist and a magic spell. The knife falls to the ground just a few feet from where I stand. Your Majesty. About to run in when Varg steps out of the darkness of the room and points a sword at the king's throat. Don't move, Princess, otherwise my hand might slip. I freeze in my spot. Has he been here the whole time? Now, Princess, you have an important decision to make. Help me revive the queen and save the king. Or one way and he dies. My life is nothing compared to the lives that will be lost if his dear is brought back. I'd gladly trade my life for any of the lives she would steal. Foolish king, you cannot gamble with your life when it is no longer in your hands. So, I gotta actually do the really messed up decision, and I hate that I have to do this. Sir Mithras growls at the king before facing me once again. He flashes a crooked smile. How about it, Princess? Oh. Is this really the good ending? I have to decline. The good route is telling me I have to decline, and this is going to be really upsetting. Yes, Sir Mithras killed the king, but I cannot let him revive Mother either. If we just improvise, I might be able to hold them long enough for some backup to arrive. I catch a glimpse of the king's knife, which is a few feet from me. An idea strikes me. Oh, it's perfect, Lord. They have to come for us. I refuse. What? Sir Mithras looks at me, irritated. The king, however, looks relieved. The king's blood shall be in your hands then. Varg. I quickly lean down to pick up the knife and hold it to my neck. Princess, what are you planning to do with that? Put that down before you hurt yourself. The king go or will... Oh. Let the king go or I'll kill myself. I know you need me to revive Mother. Don't take me for a fool, Princess. I know you do not have the courage to die a martyr. Annoyance simmers within me. Oh, are you sure of that? As well as I press the blade to my neck, I feel the sharp edge cut through skin. The blade does not go deep enough to hit any vital parts. It crunches my body, is racked with pain, and tears blur my vision. I'm scared. You fool! Sir Mithras' face is pale and he attempts to step towards me. Now you see my resolve. Let the king go. Mithras. Mithras curses under his breath, his outstretched hand clenching into a tight fist before he draws it back. It's working. I feel myself relax, but my hope is short-lived and foolish. Mithras casts a spell, and the knife goes hot in my hand. A scream escapes my mouth as I fall to the floor and clutch at my injured hand. You've been very bad, Princess. Your mother would be disappointed in you. I glare at Mithras, but he only clicks his tongue, face stern. This would have been so much more pleasant if you had chosen to work with me, Princess. I'll get what I want, Princess. If it must break you to revive my queen, I will do it. I will suffer the consequences for it later. Mithras turns to Varg. Varg, put them both in cells. I take a few steps back as Varg approaches us. All I manage to do is back myself into the wall. Varg looks at me and moves like a cat toying with a mouse. He takes another step I do not get to see with the movements he makes afterwards. Bright light enfolds the area, listening to agitated hiss from Mithras. Magic. But how? The light clears. Varg is still standing, his eyes on my feet. I follow his gaze. My shoes were replaced with two beautiful glass slippers. I broke my curse. What did I do? The king looks at me, his eyes hazy. He opens his mouth to speak, but then stops when Mithras comes to hover just above him, expression fixed into a glare. Oh, how charming. For your broken curse will not help you now, Princess. Now be a good girl and allow Varg to escort you to your cell. Varg takes us to one of the prison cells and locks us out. This time, big girl will try to escape. I scout him. He only smirks in response. Feisty as always. Flashes me a lopsided smile before taking his leave. Blue. King quickly takes my hand in his and pulls me down to the floor to sit beside him. He reaches into his pocket and withdraws a handkerchief. What is he doing? He folds a cloth and leans towards me and cringe back on reflex. Chili presses a handkerchief on my injured skin. Cringe as I feel the pain. I'm so sorry, Blue. Your injury is my fault. Nothing to apologize for. I did it to save you, and yet here we are. And one that owes you an apology. I turn my gaze away in shame. The king cuts my cheek and turns my head so I'm facing him. Gestures so gentle it moves me to tears. Father should be the one to protect his child. Always. His face is twisted in pain. He stares at my eyes brimming with tears. I see the recognition in his eyes. Having reunited with my father like this makes me realize I still care for him. Please forgive me. I already have. The words take a great weight off my heart, as if the ice has always been shrouding me for so long is finally melting away. Without another word, my father throws his arms around me, trapping me in a warm embrace. It's the first time he's ever helped me. I feel tears spring in my eyes, and soon I'm crying as I bury my face into my father's shoulder. I'm sorry, please forgive me, my dear daughter. We sigh like this for what seems like a lifetime, lean against each other and crying, silently asking for forgiveness. Once we are more relaxed, I sit down beside my father and tell him what has transpired since I was cursed. His expression becomes darker with every word that I speak. You've suffered so much, and I have not been able to ease that suffering in any way. No, my life has calmer, showed me things I never appreciated before. It was more fulfilling than my life in the palace. The moment I became cursed might have been the first moment I started truly living. I take a deep breath as I contemplate the next question that's been in my heart all this time. Your Majesty, have you ever loved me? I am terrified, but I still force myself to look right at the king. I've always loved you, Blue. I value you more than my own life. You're my everything, my daughter. Blanket and my eyes filled with tears. I've waited so long to hear those words from you. If you love me, why were you not there for me? Why did you let Mother do this to me? Was it because I was her daughter? It's true that you are her daughter, but you're also mine. I don't even remember how we... His veils tries off and voice my eyes. He sighs softly. I was put under a spell that night. Months later, you came along. I thought I could never bring myself to love you. Not when you were the witch's daughter. But you were different. She was darkness, and you were light. And then she corrupted you. Dear forbade me to get close to you. She's afraid that would influence you to betray her. She told me that she would steal you away completely if I ever approached you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing my own daughter, so I did as she demanded. I had to watch you grow up from afar. I had to push you away. The only thing I could do for you was help you celebrate your birthday every year. Birthday surprises every year. Players are led to secret birthday rooms. Surprises were always a highlight of my birthday. This whole time, it was you who planned those surprises. Oh no! I could not let you know that it was I who planned those surprises. That beautiful smile you had on your face when you saw all of your gifts was more than enough. I'm really sorry for everything, Blue. For not being a good father, for not being there for you, for pushing you away. After your mother died, he pauses and shakes his head. After I thought she died, I thought I might make it up to you. I failed miserably as your father. You're already so far away from me. I tried to get close to you, but I drove you away. I do not blame you. I think back to all those times when you tried to talk to me, approach me, always walk away or refuse to talk to him. Because I hated him. I was convinced he didn't love me. I tried too late, not hard enough. I should have tried better. I should have tried to better understand you. I should have tried harder to see what your mother had done to you. I've never seen any sort of forgiveness, and you still give it to me, but now I'm at a loss for what I can do to make it up to you. But you're here now, right? I smiled at him hesitantly. He smiles back. He leans forward to place a kiss on my forehead, even as he wipes the tear away. Love you, Blue. I love you too, Father. Press his hand on my cheek. Let me make it up to you. Allow me to protect you. I cannot bring her back, Blue. There'd be too many consequences. If I refuse to help them, they will kill you. Father shakes his head and smiles. If I have to give up my life to give you and our kingdom a brighter future, then so be it. Princess, it's almost time to go. Father moves to stand in front of me. I won't let you take her. Farg doesn't answer. He silently cuts his cane to the ground, creating the same energy force as before, sending Father back into the wall with an invisible force. Father! Father staggers back to his feet and gazes at me with a pained expression. Don't do this, Blue. Pull my hands to tight fists. I have no other choice. Sorry, Father, but I cannot let them kill you. I try to spout him reassuringly before walking away with Varg. Last thing I hear is him calling my name before Varg closes the door, and there is silence in the hallway. I am once again standing in front of Mother's crystallized form. It is time, Princess. Now put your hands over the crystal. Stare at my mother's crystallized form in silence. Fear takes a hold of my body. Time is of the essence, Princess. I do as commanded, and set my hands on the surface of the crystal. Moments later, the clock strikes 12 and my body suddenly grows heavy. A strange power begins to flow through me. What is happening? I tend to pull my hands back, but to no avail. Not only are they heavy, but they feel as if they are glued to the crystal. Even as I struggle to move, I feel my energy dimming as the crystal grows brighter and brighter. Yes, yes! I blink a few times as tears begin to sting my eyes. I bite my lip in an attempt to keep myself from falling unconscious. The effort only makes me taste blood. Blue! Out of the corner of my eyes, I catch a glimpse of Waltz by the door, his hand glowing as he prepares to cast a spell. Waltz! Waltz's eyes meet mine, an expression contorting into anger as he turns to glare at Mithras. This is madness, Myth. You're too late, Waltz. Just a little bit more and the energy transfer will be complete. And we won't be free from our prison. I'll let you do this. Waltz releases the spell at Mithras, who quickly conjures a shield to protect himself. I feel so weak. I feel my knees giving out. Next thing I know, Waltz stands beside me with a dagger. He tries the edge of the dagger to tear bare on the surface, cracking it slightly. And then I am free. Waltz catches me in his arms just before my body hits the floor. Stay with me, Blue. Body relaxes when I feel his arms around me. I squint up at his face, but features are blurry. I have to blink a few times to clear my vision. You come back. Thank you for trusting me. I'll always come back for you, no matter the risks. Thank you. Don't speak, Princess. Save your strength. How did you get in here? What? Looks like we made it just in time. Parfait steps through a hole in the wall that our outburst of magic created. She looks solemn. You. How dare you show your face here? You who tried to kill my beloved queen. Kill. Mithras raises a hand to cast a spell, but Parfait quickly freezes him and places a flick of her wrist. Surprised when I realize Parfait is Lucy's bearer, even in her weakened state, it seems that she is a force to be reckoned with. She turns to face me with a weak smile on her face. Spare the Christian Lucius. It is my duty to stop Hildyr. Such was my goal even back then. Even the two of us were dear friends. While Parfait is speaking, Varg slowly moves forward with his cane. He seems just about ready to bring it down on the ground before he turns to place and casts a spell. The magic hits the cane head-on, shattering it on impact. Varg, however, seems surprisingly calm. It's a good thing that wasn't the only weapon I had, huh? Varg suddenly charges toward Parfait, something silver and sharp glints in his hand. Parfait doesn't even move. She casts another spell, knocking Varg back against the wall. The knife in his hand clatters to the ground. Varg staggers back to his feet. The mask covering his face mask covering his eyes falls from his face as he stands. When he looks up, I feel my blood turn cold. Fritz. Fark wags his finger at me, his smile crooked. Maybe I look like him a little. You can't seriously think we're the same person, can you? I clutch Waltz sharp between my fingers as I stare. Everything begins to feel hazy once again. What is going on? Blue. Blue. I hear my father before I see him. I turn, he's looking towards us with a pained expression on his face. I can only assume that he's somehow made it out of his cell, or that someone helped him out. Waltz's arm is still there to support me as I walk towards my father. Father reaches out to touch both my cheeks. His warmth makes me flinch. You're cold. I will be fine. Father clenches his fist and turns to Mithros. It's over now, Mithros. Not quite. A bright light suddenly surrounds the Terebram, and the whole room is enfolded in light. I should have killed you a long time ago, dear Gennaro. Oh. I'm sorry, I can't do a good death noise. Father, I'm able to see what has happened, but as soon as the light disappears, I see what horror has happened before me. I scream when I spot a large gash in my father's chest. Blood pours from a wound from a blade of light. I catch my father in my arms as he stumbles back. Waltz quickly comes to stand beside me to help support him. Father! No, this kingdom is mine once again? The voice is familiar, but distantly so. It's a voice from my memories. Look, but suddenly there she is. My mother stands before me, beautiful and regal. Her eyes are cold, lacking any kind of love. She looks over at me. Blue. Welcome back, my queen. My throat says somehow magic escaped from Parfait. Is now down on one knee before Mother. Oh dear. Hello, dear Fate. It's been a while. Parfait pulls a hand to her chest as she begins to cough. She collapses to her knees. You've grown weaker since we last fought. Lady Parfait. Mother's eyes snap to Waltz and narrow. I see the traitors here too. I'll see you've managed to reunite with my daughter. Mother flicks her wrist, she casts her spell. You'll pay for what you did to me. Step back. Parfait quickly steps in front of us, an invisible barrier appears just as Mother conjures a series of sharp ice projectiles. Bounce harmlessly off the shield, but I feel the rumble in the ground as they tumble down to the floor. Parfait. Parfait is still kneeling on the ground, and I can see blood on her lips. Blue. I look down at my father. His shirt is soaked with blood, but his eyes are still barely open. Father. I feel tears brimming in my eyes. The room fills with light, this time emanating from the floor. Slowly the surroundings begin to blur. Go then. Run away, Parfait. That's all you've ever done. Parfait's voice is pressed in pain as she speaks. We will stop you, Hildir. The last thing he sees is Mother's wicked smile. The light swallows us whole. The light fades, we are back in the margin. Parfait is still on the ground, though now it seems like she might sink into it. Lady Parfait! I'll be fine, just call Rumple, quickly. Waltz starts from the room immediately. Father, please hold on. Father's clothes are now dyed a thick crimson that stains my hands and dress. Months later, Waltz returns with Rumple. He rushes over the king the moment he sees him. Blood tears my father's shirt open, revealing a deep wound on his chest. He quickly goes over his body and attempts to apply pressure to the wound. Bleeding does not stop. He's lost too much blood. Can't you do something? I'll do my best. There's only so much I can do, Princess. I cannot perform miracles. There's a faraway look in his eyes as he says this, an almost pained expression on his face. His helpless expression makes the panic surge in me again. You call yourself a doctor. Blue, calm down. I cannot lose him, Waltz. I don't have much time left, Blue. I turn to look down at my father, my eyes filling with tears. No, 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 don't say that, Father. I want to see you become queen. It seems that this is the end for me. I collapse beside Father, reaches up his shaking hand, touch my wet cheek. Protect our kingdom. I can only nod at him. I will always be with you. I love you. I'm proud that you are my daughter. Still hurts. still hurts sitting there and getting to this point. Father smiles at me, so genuine and warm that it brings fresh tears to my eyes. His eyes slowly close without a smile that moves his lips. Father. I shake him, but he does not react. No. No. I lean over my father, willing him to come back to open his eyes, but he's no longer breathing. First time in my life I cried for my father. Ever since my father's death, I've locked myself in my room. I'm filled with constant grief and pain, but I become numb on the inside. Even when I want to cry, the tears won't come. Pooh, I brought you something to eat. I have no mood to eat. Waltz sets the tray down and walks towards me. The blankets crumple as he sits down beside me. Slowly wraps his arms around me and strokes my hair. What happened wasn't your fault, Blue. You did what any father would do for his daughter. You didn't deserve to die the way that you did. My mother's hand. I know. I curl my fingers to Waltz's shirt. I don't want to lose anyone anymore, Waltz. Waltz continues stroking my hair. You'll be fine, I promise. Now you need to rest, Blue. You're here by your side until you fall asleep. He plants a kiss on my forehead. I close my eyes, relishing his warmth. Waltz hold is firm but comfortable. I sink into his arms as I fall into a dreamless sleep. Days later, the palace announces his father's death. It wasn't long before our outcaster is given his crown. The announcement of his ascension comes with an explanation of the king's death. The palace paints me as a criminal, telling the townsfolk that I was the one who killed the king. I am labeled a fugitive, and the royal family is officially declared missing. We've all been in hiding together since then, the royal family included. It's been 2 weeks since father died. Longer time moves on, the more aware I've become one gaping realization. Mother's not yet shown herself to the public. What could she be plotting? I place my hand over my heart, pulling the pain away. Every time I think of Mother, I remember the sort of light that went through my father's body. No time had passed. Even though I'm suffering losses, I cannot stand idle. I have a promise to fulfill. I will protect our kingdom. I'm about to go back to my room. Perfect calls me. Dolores stands beside her. Blue, can we talk with you? I look away, avoiding their eyes. What is it they want to discuss with me? It's about the Terror Bear. Despite Hildir's revival, it appears that the crystal light is still dead. That can only mean one thing. Hildir is still weak. Still weak. Hildir was absorbing all of your powers when we found you. You have to run the process. Crystal was not able to absorb all of the magic you now possess. That's why she's so weak. Also, there was something else that bothered me about the crystal. Something odd. Odd. The bear has a very strong bond with the crystal. A mutual relationship of souls. Bond was absent when she returned. What are you saying? It seems as the crystal's forsaking their bond. What? It seems even the crystal knows that Hildir's time has come and gone. Princess, the crystal has already chosen you as its next bear. It's a small blessing, but it doesn't change the fact that Hildir is still the strongest witch. At least that's what she wants us to think. Frightened till our exchange a glance. The crystal has chosen its next bear. You have just as much potential, if not even more. Dolores turns to me, her usually lax expression more solemn. Are you ready to learn magic, Blue? Magic that you potentially use to defeat your mother. I've never used magic before in my life. Never been raised as a witch. Using magic to defeat Mother. I do not know. Oh, regardless of what decision you make, well, I'll be here to support you. Darn, I want you to know that. How is it that you're still willing to help me when I was the one that caused this whole mess? I need some fresh air. I walk towards the door when I see Ophelia walk in from the tavern. Our eyes briefly meet and she opens her mouth to say something. Stops when I shake my head. I don't want to hear her blame me for my father's death. Certain that must be what she is thinking. A few frowns but does not speak. I quicken my pace, almost running as I head into the forest. The night is silent and calm. The only sound I can hear is the gentle sway of the grass as I step through it. Mother's back because of me. If I hadn't revived her, Father would still be alive. How am I supposed to face everyone knowing that? Waltz has been trying to cheer me up. I appreciate his company and concern. Even he could not help me come to terms with my mistakes. I hear footsteps behind me. I turn to see Waltz approaching with a frown on his face. Blue, please, I'm not in the mood to listen to your reassurances again. I do not need to tell me again that this wasn't. I do not need you to tell me again that this was not my fault. Blue, your father wouldn't want to see you like this. How would you know what my father wanted? I snap at him without meaning to, not bothering to hide the irritation in my voice. He wanted me to walk forward, not linger at a past that cannot be changed. You've been distancing yourself from us since the king passed. Don't think that I haven't noticed. Why is that? Because the only way I can keep them safe. And then I gotta do dots. You know that I'll always be by your side, Blue. Shouldering the burden will only worsen your pain. Worsen. I know the pain of losing someone that I love. I've brought nothing but suffering to those around me.
Ko-fi stream bot said. Visit blue_sears KO5 page ed. https://ko-fi.com/bluezer?ref=Twitch.
Thanks. See, I didn't really need you to do that, but okay, thanks anyway. I actually need to figure out how to get the stop doing that so I can sit there and actually read without getting interrupted. I cannot get close to anyone again unless I put them in danger. I've already lost my father and do not want to lose anyone else. Especially not you, Waltz. Waltz's eyes widen as he stares at me. I want to show you something. Keep your eyes open, Blue. You can't miss it. Waltz snaps his fingers and golden orbs of light suddenly spring to life around us. I can only marvel at the orbs of light floating around us. They look like stars dancing through the night. It's beautiful. You cannot truly appreciate how bright a star is without darkness. Waltz snaps his fingers again and most of the lights go out. During difficult times, the lights grow dimmer. He snaps again until only one light remains. When you're all alone, it grows even dimmer still. There are things you cannot do on your own, otherwise you risk snuffing your own light out. Another sap and golden orbs return, this time in great numbers. Lights are brighter than they were before. You're not alone, Blue. I love you, and it hurts to see you suffer alone like this. My heart is pounding so hard I fear it might escape my chest. In this moment, it feels as if time has stopped. It's just the two of us. All I can see is Waltz. As I stand there staring at him, I come to a realization. I love him. When did this happen? After a few moments, I realize that it does not matter. I stand up on the tips of my toes so that I can cup Waltz's face in my hands, and move before I can think, leaning over to place a light kiss on his lips. Oh, I forgot. There's moments like this that I have to sit there and read out. I feel an arm around me as Waltz pulls me closer. The kiss becomes more heated and I feel a gentle flame stirring in my stomach, even as my mind becomes foggy. Oh, God! Oh, listen, I get it. It's a dating sim, but Jesus Christ. Oh. I feel his tongue on my lips when I part them. He is suddenly drawn away, his face a deep red. Sorry, I needed to catch my breath. I feel the heat in my cheeks and I have to fight back my embarrassment. I just kissed Waltz. I look up at Waltz, suddenly realizing how close he is to me. I quickly keep burying my face into his chest to hide my embarrassment. Waltz's chest rises and falls with his gentle laughter. You're so cute. I close my eyes, allowing his warmth to envelop me like a blanket. I love you, my little star. This is not just your battle anymore, Blue. You don't have to carry this burden alone. So please trust in me. Trust in us. I'm overwhelmed. Waltz's words make me feel strangely light, as if a weight has truly been lifted from my shoulders. I will, thank you. We should go back now, or else everyone might get worried. Waltz places a soft kiss on my forehead and smiles at me as he pulls away. He extends a hand towards me. Let's go, my little star. I smile as I slowly take his hand. We walk back to the merchant, hand in hand, momentarily forgetting about all the bad things that have transpired. And we're gonna end it there because chapter 8, 9, and 10 is like kind of a long running thing. Usually 8 and 9 are kind of I know 8 is usually kind of short because it's diving right into the action of the last bit of the closing act. And like 9 and 10 are like the overarching wrap up. So they're gonna be longer. So I'm gonna end it here for tonight. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm tired. Anyways, if you want to sit there and watch, on Twitch, me do a live stream of this, you can go to blue_seer, give me a follow. I try to stream every Friday around 6 to 7, 8ish if I can, depending on how I'm feeling. And then if you want to catch previous videos of stuff I've done, I've got my YouTube at BlueSeerBoy, spelled BlueSeerboi. Go check me out over there, give me a little follow. I'm trying to get to 100 so that I can stream a 12-hour horror VR chat video game stream. It's 12 hours long. And I really want to play it, but I've been holding off for that big hundo. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. You have a good one. Bye bye. See you next Friday.